So, welcome. My name is Toms, and this is Spark Up Your Life Masterclass Mind Control Edition. So, in this session, we especially go into the context of sparking up your life from point of view of mind control. And I'm here to share my knowledge and give you insights. And your task here is answer questions. So, idea how you get the most value out of this session is by answering those questions. So I encourage you to first prepare pen and paper, note-taking app, anything where you can take notes quickly enough and answer some questions to get more clarity, get more value out of this session. So the first slide we're gonna check on is why are you here? So seriously. Obviously, you're investing some time and attention into attending this session. So why are you here? What are your goals and what are your intentions? So what's your positive outcome? So what is the perfect outcome for you attending this masterclass? And once you answer this question, you can start asking some bit deeper, more specific questions. And first of them is, how does sparked up life look like for you? So the topic is sparked up life. So how does it look like? So what will be better than what is right now? Next one, I would like you to contemplate and answer as quickly as you can, because you don't want to overthink it either, is where are you now? And because you can always imagine something better than you are right now, because there is no upper limit on how good things can become. And there's always certain level where you are right now. Obviously, there is something. Why are you not already at that spark up level right now? And that usually is something that stops you. Maybe you didn't have anyone actually asking you, where do you want to be? And that could be your top one reason. Maybe there's some other thing that's stopping you. And therefore, I have this graph here. Number one, how does spark up life look like for you? Where would you like to be? What's your goal? What's your outcome? Number two, where you are right now. And number three is some kind of challenge, obstacle, some reason why you are already not there already. You could have been there already yesterday, the week before. Like you know the saying, the best time to plant the tree was 20 years ago. Next best time is right now. And a quote, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Meaning that if you don't ask yourself, where do you want to be? If you don't even attempt to get there, you miss the shot, most likely. Obviously, I'm here for a reason as well. First of all, I want to share my knowledge, insights, and give you same insights, maybe even more powerful. And as well, for those of you who feel like this, at the end of this workshop, you want more, this was not enough, I have an offer. And why wait till the end if I can give you preview of the offer right now? And the offer is 12-week program to master self-love. Go through a program, master mind control, self-love, self-care, self-respect. And we're going to have 12 weekly mastermind group sessions for about 1 hour each. And then additional things to keep you accountable throughout the days, daily tasks, email support, and of course, one-on-one coaching session. More information on link if that's something you're interested. And let's go on with part one of this masterclass. And of course, there is a secret. Everyone's talking about a secret. And the secret is thoughts become things. Think about it. Why are we putting so much focus on mind control, controlling your own thoughts? Because it actually works. There's such a huge impact on having control over your thoughts. And here are a couple of quotes that I found really, really inspiring. Why mind control is so important. And the first one, success is progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So this quote implies, in order for you to success, there are two key things for you to know. First of all, you need to have a worthy ideal. And once you have a worthy ideal, you're halfway success. Second is moving towards the or the ideal consistently. So having the progressive realization, having taken that action. So first of all, have a goal. Second of all, move towards the goal, take action. Second one, success means doing the best we can with what we have. Quite often, the biggest obstacle we have is that we don't give ourselves credit for the good things we do. We guilt trip ourselves, and that leads to less action. So don't have as fast as progress as you wanted. The key way of getting out of this trap is affirming and acknowledging. Am I doing my best? Am I doing the best with the information I always have? And am I doing my best right now? And that's all we can ask ourselves. And as long as you know I'm always doing my best, I will do my best, I did my best, you skip a step of overthinking of past failures. If there's something you can improve, you improve. If nothing, you let it go. And third, the final one is purpose of our lives is to be happy. This is very, very important because so many people waste so much time trying to find an amazing purpose. I've been there myself. I wasted so many months, hours, years of trying to find what's my purpose, what will bring me forward. And then at some point, it dawned on me. I was comparing myself with other people, these gurus, people who have such an amazing purpose in life. It seems so clear, so magical, and it wasn't like mine. So, what's wrong with me? And I had these questions, and of course, these questions were holding me back from taking action until I realized that my purpose is just to feel good. For Dalai Lama, it was feel happy. And it's as simple as that. Feel happy, feel good. And as long as you feel that, you're following your purpose. Yes, there's more deeper levels to go, but who needs deeper levels when you're just stuck? You need to start taking action. You need to make sure you're happy. You need to take care that you feel good. There are common themes to the secret. So first of all, you need to know that you can be successful. Second of all, there are different paths to success. So at some point, you will have to choose something over others. And at this point, it's really important to remember that it's not only one path. Almost any path that you really dedicate to go towards goal will lead towards the goal. The difference is the challenges you will acquire throughout the path, challenges you will need to face. And you're the only person who can choose the right path for you. Yes, I can guide you. Many other people can guide you through the path, and only you can choose which the path you will enjoy the most. And obviously, because there will be challenges and you will need to work to overcome them, because getting that goal is worth it, you need some kind of motivation. And before we go any further, so by now you already know what's your goal, what's your outcome, why you're here, what's your purpose. Ask yourself, what kind of path you want to walk? And there is no right answer and wrong answer either. So what do you love the most? Do you like deep dives, having grind, heavy work? I kind of want to have easiest, least effort path, or maybe the both. You choose. So the principle I like is I like to do the work as soon as possible, act now, and I also like to have easiest path. So to give you an example, I love hiking. So I love going off the path, take some detours, going up to the peak. So I remember I was hiking in Japan years ago, and I have this path, split in a path. I know both of them will lead to where I want to go, to my target. And there's two ways. I can go flat, I can go shortcut, or I can go over the top to the peak and go down back, joining to the main path. And most of the time, even though I had no clue whether I will have the view up there or not, I would choose going to the peak. So that was my plan. That was the path I could choose. And it's up to you. I was risking having no view whatsoever, having exhaustion, going up, having struggle, going all the way up, and then going all the way down, or having an easy way out, just go around and maybe have some decent views there as well. So my My idea was, this is the path I want to go. I go on. And sometimes I said, okay, I actually value time more than other things. So I'm actually want to go a couple of weeks. I'm going to skip this one. I'm going to go for next one. So these things are the on consideration. What do you want? What kind of work you want to do? Next one is we talk about self-love. And because pain is inevitable, suffering is optional, that's really important to take care of yourself. And for many people, self-love is almost like a swear word. Many people have this idea that, oh, self-love is just for women, for feminine, and for the male, for strong male, self-love is unsexy. So some people feel like, no, self-love is not for me. It's too soft and we need to be hard. However, once you actually overcome the fear of self-love, acknowledge, first of all, that's a fear. Fearing self-love, it's not very strong, is it? Because you're afraid of embracing self-love and you're not even checking the definition. So once you actually check the definition, you see that self-love is a regard for one's own well-being and happiness. So it's nothing soft. It's actually taking care of my physical body. So going to the gym, pumping up muscles, that's self-love, if you're happy about it. So self-love, regard for well-being, which includes health, physical, mental, and emotional health, and happiness, which is basically emotional health. For me, I would replace for my own definition happiness with feeling good. Up to you. How do you define self-love for yourself? Second obstacle why people get discouraged from going towards self-love is they think self-love could be selfish. So they have a fear inside that, oh no, I cannot love myself too much because if I do that, I become a narcissist, selfish, and I don't want to be that person. Not true, not true at all. Because if you are truly, truly loving yourself, so truly getting in touch with yourself, you will discover that you will always feel other people. So because we're connected, we always feel what other people feel. So unless I bury my emotions, unless I bury my feelings, unless I'm really true to myself, I'm not able to feel good unless I know I did something bad for other person. So this is why self-love is not physically being able to be selfish. And what exactly means self-love to you? So before we go any further, so we discovered what self-love could be, and let's discover what self-love is not. So self-love is not being selfish. As we discovered, we're connected, we're all one. There's even this thing called mirror neurons. So like it or not, we actually can mimic other people. And if we're conscious enough, we can actually be aware of what's happening to other person, how other person feels. And obviously, you have noticed that if there's someone sad in front of you, you have some kind of reaction. You immediately know that person is sad. You immediately know that person is sad. What differs is how we react to the sadness. Are we trying to make this person feel better? And how we try to make this person better? Is it through uh, saying man up, get strong, get over that shit, be happy? Or you go and say, oh, poor person, it's not so bad. So there's many different ways how to express the thing that actually know what's happening. So self-love cannot be self. So it also means that if you have loads of sad people around you and you want to really, really take care of yourself, self-love would mean actually take care that you're not actually in that environment too much, because first things first, you need to make sure that you feel happy. If you feel really happy, you really feel uplifted by all those sad people around you, awesome. Keep the environment around you. However, if you feel drained, sad, and just overwhelmed by all the sadness around you, change environment. Self-love means getting out of that environment and Yes, we all want to help all those sad people around us. However, we cannot do this if we're as sad as them. So we need to be at least a bit in better mood. And of course, we cannot be just slightly better than sad person all the time. We actually need to be positive most of the time. So we need to say no to some things. And of course, self-love is all about building trust with yourself. So self-love is synonymous with self-care, self-respect, and self-discipline. So see the definition of Will Smith. I believe that self-discipline is definition of self-love. And again, before you reject or accept this definition of Will Smith, think about it. What do you define of self-discipline? How does self-discipline look like to you? So for me, self-discipline is waking up and knowing I want to do yoga practice. And if I'm not going to do my yoga practice, I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to have that edge. I will not have that energy for the day. And at some point I will start feeling guilt. And at some point I will start doubt myself. Will I be able to do yoga practice tomorrow? And self-love is doing those things that you know you have to do for your well-being and happiness. And it doesn't mean I have to do it even though I really hate doing yoga. It doesn't mean that. That means finding ways how actually you're happy about doing that. Yeah, I get to do yoga. Awesome. I know how amazing I love that. I'm telling those amazing stories. And here comes the mind control part. So what does it self-discipline? How does self-discipline feel like for you? If self-discipline feels like you have to drag yourself literally to the gym, that's not really self-love because you don't really feel happy about it. And the mind control part of this, that mind really doesn't care how do you feel, what kind of story you tell. And you could tell any story what you like, literally any story. How, and the first story, the first thing I want to ask for yourself, how would you like to feel going to the gym? Yes, you can feel like, yeah, I'm gonna pump up myself. I'm gonna be so strong. And you're gonna see you feel so confident. That's positive emotion. Keep it. Keep that story. If you feel like, oh, I have to push myself to go, I'm gonna feel so much pain. I don't really know. It's almost a grind. It's a bind going there. I know it's gonna be awesome for me, but I don't really want to do it. It's gonna be so hard. I don't want to pump myself out. Maybe you don't want to tell yourself that kind of story. Just tweak it up story a bit. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be tired, but I'm excited to be tired. I'm not gonna be able to move my legs for next 2 days. My legs gonna be dead from the workout I'm gonna make, and I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love each and every step of it, especially the after pain afterward. If that's the thing you like, awesome, enjoy it. If that's not a thing you like, don't do that exercise. Self-love for you is going to be not doing the things you don't want to do, things you don't enjoy. So there's different ways, different outcomes, and everything comes back to the first slides. So what do you want and why do you want it? And what kind of experience you want to enjoy? So what will make you happy? And that's self-love and that's self-discipline. And finally, we get to this beautiful, beautiful chart. So self-love is linked with awareness, and awareness is linked to action. So if you're not taking any action, you're not really loving yourself. At some point, you will have either thought, feeling, or physical sense that there's not enough energy. I don't really feel good. So everything's connected. You cannot take care of one of these things and say, I love myself and not take care of others. It's like, yeah, I love myself. I always feel happy. I always feel lots of energy. I think positive, but your body is in misery. You're overweight, you're barely moving, and you kind of lack physical energy. You're not able to do the things you really would want to do. And then you kind of say, okay, I step down, I kind of settle for less. That's not really self-love. You really need to feel it in all areas of your life. So this is a chart where I see there's a pattern. So first of all, our body Our physical body, we have physical body, and physical body is made to move. It needs to be taken care of by nurturing it and needs to take rest by sleeping and just taking breaks. So this is how we self-love ourselves in the physical realm. Similar thing happens in emotional. So we need to express our emotions. We cannot bottle them up. You know what happens. Whenever you suppress your emotions, they get stronger and stronger and stronger. They get more dense. And suddenly, whenever you least expect it, they burst out, they explode like a fireworks. And that's not actually the good thing. Usually those emotions are not really nice and beautifully feeling emotions. Usually those are bad emotions. And what happens when that happens? Shit hits the fan. Literally, shit hits the fan, everything explodes, and you spray all your bad emotions all over the place. And usually something lands on some other people, something you don't really want. That makes you feel even worse. So take care of your emotions, acknowledge them, dissect them, understand them, why are they there, and then express them in the best, most loving, caring way. And sometimes those emotions don't serve you. So you're kind of not able to express them physically. You can journal, you can do all kinds of other stuff, you take care, but at some point you realize that's not me. I don't want to feel that way. Go away. That's not me. Please go away. Have a nice journey. I learned whatever I needed to learn from you. You need to be able to release your feelings and emotions. And finally, mental, which is thoughts. This is the mind control part of it, the really nice, juicy stuff. So, first of all, our mind loves to grow, our mind loves to expand, it loves challenges. So, if you don't feed any challenge to your mind, what happens? It creates problems because our mind also loves creativity, loves to create. And if you don't give their mind challenge, two needs are met: growth and creation, creativity. And you create yourself problem. Suddenly, someone says to you something not so nice. Normal day, you wouldn't be bothered, but today you haven't done your challenges, so you know get pissed off by the thing that other person said, and now you're creating a challenge, a problem, uh, opportunity to feel bad about yourself. And what does it mean? That means you have a challenge to make yourself feel good again. And sometimes these, there are many, including these thoughts, is complete bullshit. And what you want to do, you want to be able to clear your mind. Make sure nothing gets planted in your mind unless you really want it there. So that's part of the part. And I will give you a really simple to understand example. So we all have positive thoughts and negative thoughts. And positive thoughts cultivate more positive, open, amazing emotions, and negative thoughts create and cultivate negative, depressive, angry, guilty, shameful emotions. And how do you gauge good or bad, positive or negative? Simple. Is this thought helping you to reach your goal? Yes, awesome. That's a good thought. Is that thought making you feel good? Yes, awesome. That is a good thought. Keep it. If no, release it, clear it. And we always had those rainy days, those really bad days where you kind of want to go to sleep, but everything's so miserable. I'm not even able to go to sleep because there's so many problems I want to solve before I go to sleep. But I also know if I'm not going to sleep right now, my physical body will suffer. Therefore, I need to go to sleep. And if I'm in order for me to rest, which is third one, I need to rest. So I need to be able to release the bad negative emotions. And I can do that by clearing my mind. Everything's connected. Another thing is you have a really amazing good day and you don't want to release. You want to feel that positive emotion as long as possible. So what you're gonna do, you try to avoid anything releasing the emotion because you really want to experience the most because you're fearing that tomorrow that feeling is not gonna be there. Caveat, if you don't take break, don't sleep right now, you're gonna be tired next day. And that by default makes you feel worse. You're gonna find that much harder to connect with a really good, caring emotion. So what I want to do is release. Whenever it's time to rest, you release your emotion, clear your mind. Whenever time you have a really bad mood, you reset, you rest, you do some physical activities, and you clear some mind. And whenever you have really bad, horrible, miserable thought coming into it, clear your mind. Go for a run, distract yourself, create environment, move your butt, move your ass, move your body, move your eyes from side to sides, rounds, up and down, whatever makes you feel awesome. And if it's an emotional thing, release it. So now you see whether you're feeling really good or really bad, or just slightly good, slightly bad, there's really so much benefit of training yourself to take care of yourself. And finally, I wanted to touch upon how awareness and action is related to self-love. So self-love, as I said, is one own regard for health, well-being, and happiness, feeling good. So from my early days when I started out practicing yoga, and everyone's telling me, please do savasana. That's like your meditation. You just stay calm, don't think anything. And it didn't work for me. Why? I didn't really want to do it. I was always so busy in my mind. But busy as distracted, I was not really facing the demons inside of me because I didn't really want to face them because I didn't really like it myself. So this is a triangle, holy triangle. The more you love yourself, more awareness you get, the more action you want to take. And this is the crucial part of it. You want to take action towards loving yourself more and actually going towards getting your goal. And that's it for today. Hope you really, really enjoyed it. I'm going to go to sleep soon. I want to take rest. I'm trying out making these workshops in the late time. Hopefully that you can see them. I really, really wish you a magical day. Hope you learned something new. And if you did, let me know. If you didn't, also let me know as well. Maybe there's something else you really want me to address, and I can do that. Awesome. Thank you so much for attending, and hopefully you had amazing, amazing day. Have it magical. See you on the next